Welcome to this WebFactory tutorial. Today we're going to look at the basics of CSS. CSS is used on most web pages where you can change your font color and it'll change it to all of the areas that you've actually set to that setting. So this can be very useful without having to go on every page and change your formatting if you're going for a newer look on your website. So to get started, we're going to use our favorite web editor, and you'll notice that I've pulled up the intro to HTML file that we worked on recently. The reason of this is because we attached a style sheet last time, and this time we're actually going to work on the style sheet, the CSS style sheet. So if you haven't already, we're going to save a file as style.css. So we go File, Save As, Style, Cascading Style Sheet, and Save. And I'll just overwrite the one that I've already got there. So, to get started, we're going to put a background image on. So we're going to go Body. So Body is pretty much your default one. It applies to everywhere on your web page, apart from if you've defined it different. So, if we go background dash image, just remember to get the spelling absolutely right, otherwise your code will not work. URL, open brackets, and then we want to type in bg.jpg. So bg.jpg is the file that I'm actually using in this background. So now that that's done, we will close that. Now there's many other settings you can use for your body, but we'll look into that in a more later on tutorial. So we're going to start by making a new text field. So we're going to go dot text. Dot heading. So now that we've got that, we're going to open, and then we're going to go color hash FFF. So what this color is it's pretty much white. So that's all the color is. Now if we save this, you'll notice that the background has now changed. Alright, so you see that? So, carrying on with what we're doing, if we now close that and make a new one, dot heading 2, and then we open that again, and we change this color this time to, we'll make it white again, FFF, and then we'll close that. This time, we'll change the color a bit, so we'll change it to remember the dot, paragraph, like that, and this time we're going to make the color 64, 64, 64. We'll put that forward hash in there. So now that that's in there, we're going to close that, and basically our CSS is set up for a basic web page. So now in here, if you notice that we did heading, heading 2 and paragraph, in here these header 1s, header 2s aren't actually needed anymore. So this time we're actually going to change this to a div. So we'll, instead of having header 1, it's now a div, and we'll do that to the rest of them. Now when we try this out, you'll notice that it actually isn't going to be. So you'll notice that all of the text has gone back to normal size. Alright, but we'll edit that in the CSS. So, now that we've got div in here, we're going to go div class equals, and now this is where we put the things like header. So we've got heading there, and we'll copy that, and then we'll put it in there. So now we've got heading. And all goes well. Now that is turned white, as you notice there. So, we'll do that to the rest of them. We'll go div class equals heading 2. And then we'll save this one. You notice that one's white as well. And the last one, class equals paragraph. graph. And you notice that one's turned grey this time. So, now to get the sizes back, we'll go into heading 1, and we'll change the font dash size, and then we'll go, oh sorry, we've got to put a semicolon after everything, so that it tells the computer that the line is done, that we need nothing else on there. So we go font size, extra dash large, semicolon. And now we'll notice that that's big again. And this one, we'll go do the same, font dash size, extra dash large. So we're slowly stepping the sizes down on this one. So you'll notice that it's gotten it slightly bigger. And then this one will actually leave the size the same because we don't want it too big because it's meant to be the content area. Now that grey doesn't work very well with the background, so we'll just stick to the white. And now it's white again. So, if we're wanting to change the font, then we can go font dash family, and then Tahoma is the font that I'm going to use. And you'll notice that now this has turned into Tahoma. And you can do that to the rest of them. Like you can have different fonts on each one if you wanted to. I mean, it's not the best looking website if you do, but whatever suits how you're going to work. So now we have actually made a quite decent website. I mean, of course, your website's not going to be finished looking like this. You've got a lot more work to do. But this is basically how CSS works. So using HTML and CSS, you can generate really good outcomes. And you can put HTML tags in PHP, which will be our next tutorial. So thanks for watching, rate and subscribe.